This is the speech that I wanted to give during the Christmas party. I just couldn't figure out a way to shoehorn it in. So here it goes. It's kind of dry, so I'll try to spice it up. I was going to say that I couldn't mention everyone, but now I have plenty of time so everybody gets a word. We don't often have a get-together that doesn't involve a ball or two. So, this being the end of the year and the end of a decade, it's a chance to reflect over the past year. That's right. Next week the teens are gone and we're into the 20s. May they roar as they did 100 years ago. In the big picture, the U.S. men's Sevens Eagles came in second in the HSBC Sevens Series and qualified for the Olympics in Tokyo, Japan next year. So did the women's Sevens team. South Africa became the second team to win 3 men's Rugby 15s World Cups. The U.S., not so good. So, it is everyone that makes this a club, and every one of you is appreciated. Minimally for just showing up. Thank you all. On a personal note, Cape Fear Rugby Club is growing. Phil and Brittany Conradi added Madeley to their family. Congratulations to you all. Nick and Allie Ledger added Little Sully. Congratulations to you all too. Mike and Amanda Maurer are giving Elliot maybe a little brother. Congratulations. On the domestic front, Chris Tolbert married Katie Coma. Much happiness to you all. Panda and Jenna are going to tie the knot this year, so the best to you all too. A special thanks go out to Jen Tajinski, the trainer lady who keeps us held together with tape and stirry strips. Thank you so much for being there and all that you do. The mayor is just the mayor. Thanks for keeping us in t-shirts and kit. Kofefi, is that a finished toast? Another real contributor to the club this year has been K.O. Davis in Coast to Coast Tree Service. Not only does he turn up to every event with a smile on his face, he provides us with equipment to actually get things done. Bucket trucks, chipper shredders, log splitters, it's amazing. And he brought out his son, star winger Sammy Davis, who greatly improved our chances against Triad. Thank you, K.O. On a side note, the reason K.O. didn't make the Christmas party is because one of his tree climbers fell and was seriously injured. He and his crew were understandably shaken. So this is a case where our thoughts and prayers are truly with this young man. Get well soon, son. So, the year between the lines. Cape Fear went up to Clayton last spring and got beaten by Clayton 13-15. Then we went back up there a couple weeks later and smashed them. So, we took a bus to Asheville for the D3 championship and gave them all they wanted. They now are the second place team in D2 in the CGRU. We gave the Sevens a new director, Brooks Dad Robinson, and moved it to a new venue for the first time in nearly 20 years, all very successfully. We also held the first ever Military Women's National Championship, also very successfully. That made friends with the County Commission. This fall, another hurricane and not much rugby. We did go undefeated, beating another former D2 team, Charleston Outlaws, and sit atop of the CGRU D3 table, with half the season left to play this spring. Matt Palmer, club captain, deserves a lot of recognition for his relentless dedication, drive for success, and famous quick tap penalties. Thank you, Matt. You're a great captain, but an even better auctioneer. Another man has stepped up and been phenomenal on the pitch. There are no two ways about it. Tommy McCrinnan is just a beast. Already a collegiate All-American, he is destined for a higher level if he so desires. Avery Gottlieb has grown in stature this year, graduating from the Fear Flytraps high school program to becoming a powerful midfielder for us. Avery, we're glad to have you. We went from having no second rows to 3. J.J. Packard has been a huge contributor this year, man of the match at Camp Lejeune, and both on and off the field. J.J.'s wife, Jessica J-Pack, is an artist with a camera and a damn talented web designer. The Fear website is up and running. It looks great and is very functional. Please check it out, fearrugby.com. It's a resource for everything Fear and rugby. Another great addition this fall has been Brandon Gould, the pharmacist, and his significant other, Jen. We are glad to have you with us and keeping us in pickle juice. The reason we were at Waterline Brewery last Thursday night is thanks to Mark Mueller and his wife, Kim. Mark is a marketing and sponsorship genius, not to mention all the grog that makes its way to us. Thank you, Mark. This fall, we played a standalone developmental match versus ECU, which bodes well for the future growth of the club. Second matches at home, maybe some unchaperoned Trident matches on the road. The Gray Ghost match was a great success. The Ghost came from everywhere. Thank you, Charlie, for pushing us to make that happen and keeping everyone informed of our comings and goings on Facebook all year long. Social media is us. We cooked the first ever pig in our new block barbecue pit. The team, Nick Ledger, Chris Tolbert, Mark Mueller, and Charlie Planton, blew it up. With the guiding hand of Chuck Richardson, we had a good old North Carolina pig picking. We raised money for the Girls and Boys Club and even donated we raised money for the club and even donated $240 to the Brigade Boys and Girls Club. Nick Ledger is responsible for making the Ghost match and all our socials really special. The food sponsor banner is a great idea. And Nick followed the project all the way through to completion. Thank you, Nick. This Christmas party, we also had a send-off to one who's been with us all fall, Jerry Legross, the big man. He was in almost every practice and traveled with us all season. He's back off to New York, but he's leaving tall Sam Cole here in his place. Thank you for showing up and joining with us, Jerry. Glad to have you anytime. One last note, for the past two or three Sundays in a row, we've been holding youth clinics. Our earlier in the fall Saturday AM sessions didn't gain much traction, but we've been killing it in December. Last Sunday we had upwards of 22 high school boys, and level 300 coach Perry Pence is teaching these kids rugby. Perry is also setting up youth clinics at the Brigade Boys and Girls Club. Jeremy Leary and I have had our fans full with a dozen rookie ruggers each session. Gray Ghost Andre Eppinghazen and his wife Denise have been very generous supporting the youth program. Along with bringing son Ben and doing admin, they bought pizzas for 40 last Sunday. And that is after Andre donated the pig to our Gray Ghost luau. So thank you guys. So the future is bright. Let the 20s roar.